Welcome to Same Spit, Different Face TV. Well, my opinions is facts, and if you don't like my opinions, you can start your own podcast. And it's free. So don't forget to spit on the like button, the subscribe button, and the notification. Now, it's being alleged that BRICC Baby has been poked up in the feds. Now, one thing we got to understand is that BRICC Baby has created a lot of enemies on his way to the feds, and that's probably one of the reasons why BRICC Baby allegedly cooperated. Now, if he did cooperate and was cooperating, that would also create him some more enemies. But when you saw Big U getting ready to get locked up, Big U basically went online and said he don't mess with BRICC and BRICC not his friend. No matter what you feel about Big U, whether you say, oh, he killed a 21-year-old kid or he was extorting the community, whatever that may be, Big U is definitely from the streets. And when it comes to the people from his side, he still have the admiration of those guys. And then when you look at it now, what they actually saying it come from, they trying to say that it come from him speaking on the Lil Durk situation. Now, from a standpoint of life, you can say, yo, Lil Durk did this, Lil Durk did that. He shouldn't have did this, he shouldn't have did that. Allegedly, they alleging that Lil Durk did something. We always got to say that you are innocent until proven guilty, and for all we know, he may not be guilty of anything that's being pushed on his name. Lil Durk may not be guilty of anything they saying, and he just waiting and going through the process to clear his name. But if you not guilty or are guilty, you looking at BRICC Baby and you saying, yo, why would he get on that podcast and say they can't say get back for Von anymore? And then when they ask him, oh, what you talking about? He say the Lil Pop situation. Come on, man. You can't do that. That's crazy. That is that's not just like a regular shooting. That's a body. That's a murder. No statute of limitations. So at the very worst, whether Lil Durk did it or not, you put his name into a situation that nobody was thinking about, because the original story going around California is that it was a weed deal gone bad. It was a deal where people was looking for somebody. They ran off with some, etc. All that type of stuff. Whether it was true or not, that was the narrative. And that narrative was nowhere near what people thought it was. And BRICC Baby helped move that narrative. Now, what's another thing? BRICC Baby has been into it with Whack 100 and been talking crazy to him. And we all know Whack 100 say what he is every chance he get on the internet. So you looking at that, this guy possibly has 3 enemies inside of jail, and not just like 3 people, but 3 factions of enemies, 3 sorts of enemies. You may have a red side, you may have a blue side, and then you got the Chicago, or the people who want to rock with the Chicago people, or the people who want to ride for Durk, even though he not even asking them to. Like, when you get a certain type of money and celebrity, you don't have to ask people to do nothing for you. People start volunteering. It's just like in real life when people say, man, why when celebrities get all of this free stuff, but they got the money to pay for it? Because the people who giving them free stuff isn't giving it to them out the goodness of their heart. They giving it to them because they hope they'll post that they got this gift bag, or they hoping that somewhere down the line they'll want to do a deal with them, and with them doing a deal with them, they'll give them a better deal. Like, oh man, you've always supported me. You know what? Instead of charging you my regular fee of $1 million, I'll charge you 500,000. These people not doing anything out of the goodness of their heart. The only people who do things for you out of the goodness of your heart, 9 out of 10 times, is the people who don't need nothing from you. When you look at a person who has everything and don't want nothing from you, haven't asked you for anything, them are the people who mostly doing things. When y'all both functioning from a place of abundance, y'all both got money, y'all both got y'all own crib, y'all both got y'all own car, then they doing things out the goodness of your heart. When a person is low, y'all both poor, y'all both in the hood, y'all both sit on the stoop, y'all both sharing whatever dollars y'all come across, y'all both walking to school every day. Those are the people. Y'all want the best out of each other. But when it comes to certain situations, man, these people are doing these things for a certain reason. And so I'm saying that to say, even though people are saying BRICC Baby has been stabbed up on behalf of Lil Durk and OTF, it's a point that Lil Durk probably has nothing to do with this. And this is just coming from the standpoint of BRICC Baby just creating too many enemies. BRICC Baby running his mouth. BRICC Baby running around creating enemies everywhere he go and getting into it with everybody everywhere. Over this last year or so, BRICC Baby has created so many enemies, have gotten into it with so many people, and making enemies is never a good idea, man, because you never know who knows who. You never know what angle it can come from. You never know where you at, and somebody might give somebody a call and say, yo, I see this person sitting right here at this restaurant. What you want me to do? You never know what type of position you putting yourself in. And you never know from BRICC Baby standpoint when you might be in jail and you might be in there and think you cool with everybody because you BRICC Baby and you a celebrity and you ready to catch the fade. And it might be somebody in there who say, hey, bro, we got something for you. Poke, 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 poke. But yeah, he is believed to be alive at this point. They haven't said he's in critical condition, but anytime you get stabbed, shot, beat up, anything, that's something that's not supposed to happen to you. So I can look at that situation and say, oh man, that's something that bothers, you know what I'm saying? That's something that goes against how things are supposed to go when you look at the BRICC Baby situation. But all in all, man, it's just a cautionary tale for everybody, man. Stay out of people's business. Stay in your own lane. Do what you're supposed to do. And just another thing too, man. When we look back at BRICC Baby, we can't say, oh, he was from the hood. He didn't know any better. BRICC Baby has had every ample chance to do something better with his life. Now, I'm not saying he's guilty of the RICO. I'm just saying sometimes in life, you can put yourself in positions that you don't want to be in by doing things that you shouldn't be doing or don't have to do. BRICC Baby always talk about how he's been around Lil Durk. He talks about how he's been around Young Thug. He talks about how he's been around some of the biggest Crips in the world. He talks about how he's been around Nipsey. So you've been around all of these people making legitimate millions. They got careers, they moving, they shaking, and you didn't parlay that relationship into you getting some money, until you being legit. Now, I know some of y'all gonna say, well, he was trying to rap. He's not that good of a rapper. Well, eventually he gets into podcasting. He get out of the streets. He's able to do interviews on podcasts and make money. And now, since he's making money off podcasts, this was another instance of him having the chance to pivot his life and step away from the streets and stop indulging in street conversations. And obviously the streets pay him. You know what I'm saying? The things that he talk about, they pay him for them interviews, and it could be seen as entertainment, and that's cool. But when the things you talking about for entertainment start to align up with what actually happened on this scene, or if you get raided and they grab your phone and they going through your phone and they see you talking back and forth to people and they pick up a couple of snitches, and then these snitches start saying, yo, this person did, and then they look through your phone and your phone say that person did, and then they look on the interview and you saying that person did, well, everybody could be lying. That person could have not done, but it gives them probable cause to arrest that person and put that person in a bad situation. That's why if it ain't none of your business, you shouldn't be speaking on it. If it ain't directly tied into something that happened with you, you shouldn't be speaking on it. And in most cases, when it comes to the streets and this civilian stuff, you shouldn't be speaking on it at all, because anything that happened with that can kind of draw you back into somewhere you don't want to be. If you don't want to miss any of the updates on the BRICC Baby stabbing, you got to hit the subscribe button, and you made it this far in the video. You know what you should do? Hit the like button so other people can see this video in their algorithm. Check out my original Chicago hood movie in the end screen, No Time to Play Fair. If you into sneakers, you a sneakerhead, you love seeing the new Jordans, Pumas, whatever it may be, subscribe to Kicking It with Fairplay 2333. If you're trying to follow me on my basketball journey, my weightlifting and fitness journey, and also be inspired to get back on your fitness journey, subscribe to Fairplay, Flex, and Fadeaway. Also, any of these pages I just named, you can also find them on TikTok or Instagram.